Hey guys, it's Beaver. I just want to hop on here real quick and talk a little bit about this missing persons case. Now, it's out of Cape Coral, Florida, and it's about a mother. So let's just take a read. It's been 49 days since Lauren Dumolo vanished from her Cape Coral apartment. The young, beautiful mother disappeared June 19th. Her phone was left behind at her home. Nobody leaves their home. Nobody leaves without their phone, her father, Paul Dumolo, explained. So why she left her phone behind, I have a problem with that. Yeah, doesn't seem right. Lauren's boyfriend, Gabriel Pena, one of the last people to see her, he claims she said goodbye on that mysterious Friday morning before he went to work around 6 a.m. And here's a picture of them. Let's see. Later that day, he confirmed a maintenance worker saw her at the apartment complex off of Coronado Parkway around 6:15 a.m. I would have to check and see that. How would he see her from a parkway? But it may be close. I'll have to look at a map. According to Lauren's sister, Cassie Carey, police were able to track down the last time her cell phone was used, just after 10 in the morning. Lauren, or someone using Lauren's phone, tried to video chat her boyfriend on Facebook from the apartment. Gabriel did not answer. That's odd. Lauren doesn't leave her house without her phone. Lauren doesn't not contact us, Cassie said. Days after her disappearance, her purse was found at Four Freedoms Park. Her family said she often walked there and meditated by the water. Oh, she's gorgeous. About a week later, one of her shirts was found buried in the sand. The whole thing to me is really suspicious, to be honest with you. It was definitely her shirt, and for it to be buried there, someone had to bury it, Paul said. We did find a shirt. It is here at the police department, explained Cape Coral lead detective Nick Jones. We do believe it's hers. I don't have anything confirming 100%, but we do believe it is hers. Detective Jones has been working on the case since middle of June. Lauren's missing persons report was filed Sunday by Gabriel, 2 days after she vanished. But due to an error in the report, detectives did not start investigating until 5 days after she was last heard from, according to her family. That's ugly. Nothing has been done about it until Wednesday, when the officer that took the report was back into work, and she was the only person who could fix the clerical error, her sister said. Now that Lauren has been missing for 7 weeks, major crimes investigators are looking into a possibility of a homicide. In a situation like this, where someone has been missing for this amount of time, we treat it as serious as possible, explained Detective Jones, because it was abnormal for her not to contact anybody. In obvious circumstances, in her disappearance was upgraded to endangered missing persons. Lauren's family is holding out hope that she will be reunited with her family someday, but the reality of the case is hitting her father hard. Wow. She is stunning. Whew. Her father says, I think she was murdered. I think something happened, and either she got into an argument with somebody or someone tried to abuse her or take her, and she was murdered. Until I have actual evidence that it was something else, that's my belief. Wow. And that's pretty bold from a father. Cape Coral police are following any leads but will not release any names of persons of interest in the case. Every detective in my unit, there are 9 of us. Wow. I've interviewed multiple people, Detective Jones said. There isn't one person I wouldn't rule out right now. Well, that's interesting. With most missing persons or murder cases, investigators often question the people closest to the victim. In this case, Gabriel, Lauren's boyfriend, said he spoke to investigators and took a polygraph test. I don't need to be nervous because I really didn't, I don't know anything, he explained. Lauren's boyfriend, a screen jumped. Lauren's boyfriend said he didn't hear from her. After he left to go to work. He claims he didn't get a call or a text from her that morning, despite phone records saying otherwise, according to her family. Maybe she was looking for an apartment to get out where we were at. So I was thinking she was looking for an apartment around And I don't know, maybe someone took advantage of that. And that was it. And never came back. That's my theory. Gabriel said she wasn't using drugs and wouldn't harm herself, and her family agreed. They do not believe that this is self-harm, and they also do not believe this is a runaway case, Cassie confirmed. They are looking at it like that. They are looking at it like she was taken against her will, or worse. And this is the sister and the father talking. Lauren had recently lost her job due to coronavirus pandemic. She was actively searching for a new one. The day before she disappeared on Thursday, June 18th, she was spotted on surveillance cameras applying for jobs. Her family doesn't believe someone wanted to run away would be looking for a job before leaving the area. Very valid point. 1 minute she was there, and the next she was gone, Paul explained. And that Sunday was Father's Day. And she always called me on Father's Day, no matter what. No matter what. And it was the first time I didn't hear from her on Father's Day. Everyone always asked me how I knew when it was bad, and I knew it was bad then. Detective Jones confirmed this case is not cold, and his team has had a lot of help from the community. Volunteer search teams Marco Island have looked around Cape Coral in hopes of finding even the smallest piece of evidence. Divers searched the lake of off Four Freedoms Park, but detectives could not release whether or not they found anything of interest in the water. Do you have a reason to believe she's still alive? Digital executive producer Vanessa Byan asked. I can't answer that, Detective Jones said. Lauren's disappearance has been extremely difficult on detectives, but even worse for her family and friends. Her 13th birthday was complete. Wait a minute, that's spelled wrong. Birthday was a couple weeks ago, and her daughter's birthday was in mid-August. Let's see. I love her very much, her father said. I love her more than anything in the world. It's not easy. That this is probably the worst thing a parent could go through. It's hard. Her family doesn't believe she would ever leave intentionally, leaving her soon-to-be 6-year-old behind. If you ever asked Lauren her reason for living, she would say her daughter. Cassie explained she loved her daughter more than anything in the world. She was her whole world. Let's see. The entire case is personal for Detective Jones. He has put in hundreds of hours to try to find Lauren and figure out what happened to her. I haven't worked a case where someone's been missing this long. So that's the difficult part. I have a daughter myself. I have 2 boys, so it hits close to home when you have children. Her boyfriend Gabriel said he hasn't been able to take down any pictures of her in the apartment they shared, hoping she's still alive for her daughter's sake. I love you to the moon and back, he cried. Her, her daughter, we always said that. We love you to the moon and back. And not to be able to hear her voice or see her, it just hurts. Cape Coral police could not confirm or deny if Gabriel is considered a person of interest in the investigation, saying they have not ruled anyone out. Do you have anything to do with Lauren's disappearance? No, I don't. Nothing to do with it, Gabriel said. One way or another, everything is found out. Her sister explained, it's better if you come forward and state your case and say what happened and tell the truth than for us to continue to worry and be scared and not have answers. Not knowing is worse than knowing. I don't think people realize that. I never realized that. The not knowing leaves you always wondering. I don't think we're going to find her alive, but I'd at least be able to give her a proper burial. Alright, let me see if they give, okay. I'm trying to see if they give a description. Let's see. When her family admits Lauren wasn't perfect, as nobody's perfect, they wonder if her free spirit, loving, accepting, namaste personality got her into trouble. She always saw the best in people. She would always see the best in people. She would never judge anybody. Now maybe she should have. If anyone has any information about Lauren or where she could be found, or about her disappearance, contact Cape Coral Police Department at 239-574-3223. You can also send a message through social media platforms or call Crime Stoppers at 780 tips. And referring case number 20-011323. So let me just go find an official missing flyer. That way y'all can get an idea of, how tall she is and stuff like that. Okay, so here's the missing persons flyer, and she's considered missing endangered persons. She is 5 feet. She weighs 110 pounds, brown eyes, clothing, t-shirt and shorts, tattoos, namaste on right side, which you can see right there in the picture. New York on pelvis, rosary beads in ankle. And the agency case is 20-011323. Circumstances: she was last seen Friday 19th, 2020, June 19th, 2020 on a Friday at her residence in Coronado Parkway Apartments in Cape Coral, Florida. The same day her purse was found at Four Freedoms Park, her cell phone was still in the apartment. Police elevated her status to endangered persons on June 24th. And if you have any information, you are asked to call 239-574-3223. All right, guys, that's it. We're going to keep up with this one, and y'all have a good one. Well, make sure you like, share, and subscribe.